What's going on, everybody? This is Petey from SupplementReviews.com coming at you today with another video review. Today we got the Ronnie Coleman Signature Series Pro Antium Protein. Let's dive on in. First of all, thank you to Derek and our good friend Big Ron himself over at Ronnie Coleman Signature Series for hooking the expert review team up with a bunch of their products. Specifically with the protein, let's start with the ingredient profile. This is kind of it's like a hybrid of a bunch of different products that came together to be one awesome product. Overall, I gave it a 9 out of 10, and here's why. You see some hints of it trying to be like muscle milk. It's got a protein blend, and it has medium chain triglycerides, like the muscle milk does, for some healthy fats to be, in case you didn't know, there's a saturated fat that tends to be burned for fuel rather than stored as fat. In each scoop, we'll stick with that for each serving, which is what the serving size is, there's 4 grams of it. Also, I believe a little bit of that was going to come from the whey protein concentrate, which we'll get to in a second here. Carb-wise, it's got 10 grams of carbs, 2 of it's fiber, and only 1 gram of sugar. I like to see that. And it has 29 grams of protein in a blend. Looking at the actual ingredient profile, the protein blend itself consists of whey protein concentrate, milk protein isolate, whey protein hydrolysate, micellar casein, egg amylin, albumin, calcium caseinate, L-glycine, L-leucine, L-isoleucine, L-valine, sunflower oil powder, and or soy oil powder, which is, of course, MCT, poly and monounsaturated fats, as well as the medium chain triglyceride oil powder, which is from coconut, same as muscle milk. The other things that are in this product that I really like is it takes on, I guess, a recovery blend, kind of like Hydro Builder. Each scoop has 5 grams of creatine monohydrate in it. So, once again, as you'd expect, that's the next product, as well as betaine anhydrous, Copenhagen cookie crumbs, which is where the amazing flavor comes from, which I'll get to in a little bit, as the goodies in it. As well as, I guess, some other stuff in here that pretty much you see in a basic protein powder in a blend. You know, a little bit of stuff to keep it from sticking together, some flavoring agents, that type of stuff. Nothing that raises a red flag, and nothing that, I guess, makes me concerned that shouldn't be in there, and it doesn't really hurt the profile. There isn't a whole bunch of filler, because everything adds up in terms of the ingredients listed on the label compared to how many grams are in each scoop, which is 44 grams. So, no complaints there. Once again, I was happy with it. There's nothing in there I'd like to see in there that isn't, and there's nothing in there that is in there that I wouldn't want in there. So overall, I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10. Very pleased in this department. Moving on to taste and mixability. Holy cow. This is, hands down, one of the best tasting things I've ever had. I mixed it every time with unsweetened almond milk, and I happen to have the strawberry shortcake flavor. This stuff is ridiculously tasty. That's actually probably the most surprising thing, was the taste itself. It tastes like pretty much liquid cheesecake. The cookie crumbs in it, you know, of course, pretty much a luxury for this type of product. It makes it taste like the cheesecake, like the graham cracker crumbs. It's just so tasty. You look forward to drinking it every time. It's just the right amount of thickness, especially when you mix it with almond milk like I did. It's delicious. Other people that I know that have gotten other flavors of it, they really enjoyed it as well, both the chocolate and the vanilla. I guess it's hard to go wrong with the flavors. So they just knocked that out of the park. They definitely made a product that you look forward to drinking. For those of you that aren't, I guess, keen on the way protein powders taste, this is something that you definitely want to try if that's your biggest issue. Other than that, I mean, the taste is definitely a luxury here. It's delicious. Holy cow. In terms of effectiveness, I actually like that there's 5 grams of creatine monohydrate in here. It cuts back on the creatine that you're going to have to dose otherwise. The beta anhydrous is an excellent recovery product. There's a lot of emerging research. You're seeing that in a lot more products these days in terms of effectiveness. And it's a protein. I mean, it's hard to mess up. It's hard to go wrong. They have a good protein selection in here, so I gave it a solid 9 out of 10. Once again, unless a protein is given to indigestion or you're, I guess, having mixability issues, it's hard to downgrade a protein for effectiveness, and unless it's a miracle protein that you're probably not going to see, it's hard to rate any higher. So once again, they didn't mess up what you'd expect it to do. It's a 9 out of 10. It's solid. I like the profile, and it's effective. You recovered well on it. And the creatine, definitely you get a little more musclefulness, which is what you'd expect from creatine mono. The value, it's a little pricey. It's 50 bucks, and you got a 50 serving container here, 1 level scoop. So it's priced exactly what you'd expect it to be. It's a little over $1 a serving. No complaints here on this part. The only problem is that last time I checked, it is a GNC exclusive at the moment, so it might be a little harder to find, might be a little more inconvenient, and the price might be a little bit higher in some places due to it only being available at GNC for some people. But overall, I like the value of it, and you get a lot of extra goodies in this product, which I feel helps warrant the price even more. Overall, I gave it a 9.3 out of 10. This has been one of the most surprising products that I've tried in a while. It looked good, but I was just very, very impressed with it overall. As part of the Legend stack, which is the way they suggest taking it, of course, adding in Myoblitz, Testogen RX, and Resurrect PM, which we'll review later, it makes for a nice stack. It's very complete. It's got a bunch of goodies in there, and it's, I guess, a well-rounded stack in terms of getting muscular strength gains and, of course, some size gains. Once again, don't expect miracles from it. It is just protein with some added goodies in there, but at the same time, I don't think you'll be disappointed. If anything, just try it because of the flavor alone, and you won't be disappointed. So once again, I gave it a solid 9.3 out of 10. I was very pleased with it. This has been Petey from SupplementReviews.com coming at you today with a quick review on Pro Antium from the Ronnie Coleman Signature Series. If you got anything else, suggest it in the social media section of our forum. And other than that, you have a good day, everybody.